Hey everybody, good to see everybody tonight. Hope everybody's doing okay. It's been a long week. Been a little cool, back warm, back and forth. Uh, it's been a week, so good to see everybody tonight. Hey Miss Sharon, Gary. Hey Billy, Murray. Hey Leonard. Good to have you in and out door guy. Good to see you, brother.
You stuttering. Oddcast.
Oddcast, Blackie.
Mr. Noble.
Hey, see everybody.
Jesse Underwood. We have a
cat behind us.
Michigan Sandman.
Miss Robin.
Oh, walking behind us wasn't enough.
Hey, Miss Marine.
She's sneaking over.
Larry. Skidder. Mark Creel. Miss Jean. Miss CD.
Boy, y'all chatting in here.
Hey,
Paula Jones.
Mr. Rex. Christina. Katie.
Carmen.
Good to see everybody tonight. I don't know what we're going to do when we have a couple of hundred in chat one of these days, babe.
Yeah, that'll be the day we have to stop this. Did we say hey to Sharon?
Yeah, I spoke to Sharon. She was
Cynthia
top of the list.
Johns.
Hey, Miss
And
Cynthia.
we're there at the bottom.
Hey, Brian.
And there's Brian. All right.
Good to see everybody tonight. And hope it's a good Friday for you. Hope everything's going good. And
howdy, y'all.
I hope y'all have had a good week. I hope everything's going well for everybody. So, and I'm hoping everybody's liking this 8 p.m. I know some of the Eastern people probably are not, but I hope it's working out for everybody. It's kind of working out for us too. Giving us time to relax and feed animals and everything. They just
has cryptids.
Hey, old line, Jerry.
Yeah, we have not been sat down long.
Been putting up fencing all day, trying to get a little section fenced in. Just about done with it. I have one little section left, and I figured I better quit and feed animals and gather eggs. And she was busy milking goats, and so I just went ahead and I probably could have got it. But
milking goats is an understatement. I don't call it milking goats. I call it wrestling goats.
Okay.
Just saying.
So finish that up tomorrow. There's always something to do here on the homestead. Probably start cutting firewood tomorrow too.
Oh yeah.
From that big oak tree over here that fell.
Yep.
Start working on that a little bit. Then the next week I had to put up some T-posts on that fence. So it's coming along. Weather has been real pretty today. We got another cold.
Always looks red, yeah.
Huh?
Always look red.
Yeah. She does, especially if she's been out in the sun a little bit. She starts getting that way a little bit.
Or stressed from wrestling goats.
Yeah. But I hope everybody's doing good. And like I said, we got a little cool snap coming in this weekend here in Alabama.
Yep.
We'll go down in the 40s tonight and tomorrow night, but the days are still supposed to get on back up in the 60s tomorrow. So, looking forward to that. And looking forward to seeing a lot of people here in a couple of weeks. If everything goes well. I've already been looking at the weather. Hey, Debbie. Yeah. Yeah, I know it.
Glad to hear that.
Good. Hope it helps.
I mean, it's not a cure, but it helps.
I hope it helps. Yes, sir. Mr. Rex, I've seen freeze warnings from all the way down into North Alabama, I think down to almost Birmingham tonight. I think we're going to be in low 40s, high 30s here tonight, but no chance for frost because it's supposed to be a little windy. So it'll be a little chilly tonight with the wind whooping. Wind started kicking up out there a while ago pretty good right before we come in. So, and you can tell it's kind of coming out of the northwest.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a different direction than the greenhouse fiasco, wasn't it?
A little bit, a little different. So, yeah, me and Rebecca's getting a little wind shy. So every time the wind picks up, we're thinking something's fixing to fall. So.
Oh, nice.
Good,
Glad to hear that, Miss Carmen.
Good. We hope, that's one thing we hope, if anything from this channel is, to make y'all aware of stuff and help y'all, whatever y'all doing, help you set up whatever you need to set up and talk about the Bible a little bit and all these other things going on. Hey, Cryptid. Crystal, hope you're doing okay.
30, good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids, my boy was texting me today, said it was back chilly up there. And so, whole winter's going to hang on a little bit. This past week was,
80s?
Well, first day of spring.
Oh, yeah.
It was Saturday. Saturday was first day of spring. And and Sunday, if my dad was still living, he'd been 100 years old. So, but, yeah. It's that time of year where it goes up and down. And
very good to hear that. Oh, dang. That ain't good.
I hate it for it.
Brian,
I've had them kidney stones too. They're not no fun. They had to go get one of mine one time. That's not a lot of fun. Yeah. In Arkansas, yeah. Yeah, it's another little front coming through. It's only supposed to last here, I think, tonight and tomorrow night. And then I think it starts warming back up towards Sunday. I think I've seen our first chance of rain here about next Thursday. We're going to be under a no burn order tomorrow and Sunday here in Alabama because the humidity is going to be very low, like 20%.
Mm-hmm.
And with the wind, and it's already crisp around here. And there's some folks been burning today around here, and with this wind been gusting a little bit. Of course, they've had a big fire in Gulf Shores today, Gulf Shores, Alabama, or yesterday and the day before. Excuse me, let me take that back. Wednesday and Tuesday. I'll get this straight here in a minute. Keep forgetting the day's Friday, but they had a big fire, burned up a good bit of stuff down there, and I've heard they had a big fire today in Bankhead. So hadn't heard from Greg or anybody from up that way. Well, I take that back. I did talk to Coombo, but we didn't talk nothing about the fire.
Hey, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy, and hey, Miss Burton. Good to see y'all tonight. But
where's Miss Burton?
She's in there. She was up. She's on back. So.
Oh, I must have missed her.
There she is, right there.
Yeah. I did. I missed her. Oh, well.
Hey, Bobby. Good to see you in here tonight, too. So, that's some of the things going on in our area. I know they had, hey, Robbie. I know they had some big.
Yes, there's wild edibles everywhere.
Yeah. Yes. Right now, stuff is really popping up.
We're in full-blown spring.
Yeah. We just about got full leaves on our trees, most of our trees, especially the oaks and sweet gums. I give them another, because the little oak stringers, I call them, they're already falling. Had to put up with them for a week or two. They make a mess too.
Big trees had leaves all over them, and then they got bit. So now they're trying to put out leaves again.
Well, good time to get all them dandelions, Mr. Rex, and dry them out. Put them somewhere and dry.
Dandelions are going crazy here. Yeah. The clover's doing good. Of course, the henbit and dead nettle and cleavers, all the things are just going crazy. Now, I'm not a mushroom person, so I don't know what's going on in the mushroom world right now. So I need to really learn some of it. But
okay, Miss Robin.
Yes, pollen is really big time everywhere right now.
Yeah, everything here is yellow,
Green.
and you can see the when the wind blows, you can see it just flying across.
The drift.
Just so. But hopefully next week we'll get a little rain.
Too started.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a little rain next week, and that'll maybe settle the pollen down a little bit.
At least for a little bit until it starts back up again.
Now I was looking at the extended forecast. I even looked up in the Kentucky, Tennessee area, and it's showing a lot of rain week after next. So I hope that ain't true, but I'm seeing a lot of rain for southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee. Maybe that'll change, but I'm seeing a good bit of that all the way up till the 11th. I know, so maybe that won't hold true. Maybe that'll change before then and everything.
Best way to get maximum use from a dandelion. Well, you can tincture it, and then you can take the shredded bits and eat them, or whatever. The roots is awesome to make the tinctures from, and the leaves is good to eat. You can make dandelion jelly, and you actually can make baskets with the stems from the dandelions. I had a video on that I saw the other day. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Just get it operated. Too much of anything can actually hurt you. So everything's got to be in moderation. So, hey, Tammy, good to see you in here tonight. Oh, by the way, on the footprint that I put in Cedar Creek Bottoms yesterday, that was not recent. I had a person ask me a question, when did we find that? And then I realized, wait a minute, I did not tell everybody. That is several years ago. So I'm sorry, I apologize, and I hope I didn't mislead anybody. That wasn't this last week. That was several years ago. And the only reason I even posted that, it came up in my memories on Facebook. I had forgot about that. It's still in my regular picture album, but it's way back, and I had actually almost forgot about that footprint. That night that me and Rebecca found that, we were just up at the lake. Well, we had sit a while, and we heard some racket over that way. We kind of walked over, and Rebecca was the first one to see it. She said, "There's a footprint right there." And we got to looking, and there was another one. The other picture ain't as good, and it was bigger than my foot. I mean, I wear a 12, and I wear a 12 wide. I would say probably a couple of inches longer than me. And, but now it had real narrow, if you noticed that. I have a wide foot. This was narrow. So right there where that picture of that footprint was, they've always used that area to watch us when we over, I don't know, about 50 foot away where the little campfire is.
Get out of my bag.
Because it's a waterfall there. And I think they come up, ease up that waterfall and poke their heads up and look at you while you're sitting over there. We've caught them many, many times doing that. So, hey, Lord have mercy. Hey, Michael, good to see you. It's gonna be
a day.
So, but that's where that picture come from. It's several years ago.
Nut.
Hey, Pine Knot. And I hope that didn't mislead anybody. That was not just recent. So, I have other pictures that I have not posted yet from over the years. Sister, come on now. But I have some other
without a dog or a cat.
Yep. So I have several other pictures, and I've been meaning to put them on. Some more tree breaks and a couple of asterisks that I found on the club. And in fact, I was up on the club Monday to do a video, and the camera kept trying to go to internal feed, or what you call it, internal storage, and I couldn't get it not to do it. So, hey, Deep South, nice to have you. So, wanted to do a video. I might get Rebecca to look at the camera or phone. Hey, Robert, good to have you tonight. I know you fix to get busy, Robert. Time to start putting them crops in the ground here pretty soon. I hate it for you too with diesel and fertilizer out of sight. But
Yep.
what I heard is crazy. I'm scared to even go buy some, and we're gonna have to buy some this year, much as I hate to. But
Yep.
Anyway, had to get her to look at that, and then maybe this next week I can, get a video from up there on the mountain. I was don't try to get it because it's not greened up there as much yet, but probably the time I get back up there, it probably will be. But hey, Super Dave, glad to have you, man. So we'll go ahead and let Rebecca do her stuff. And
Becca doesn't have nothing to do, actually.
oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right.
No, because you have the book today.
Okay, wait. We're going to do 2 books.
Oh,
You still do your stuff too.
well, I didn't pick nothing.
Okay. All right. Well, tell everybody about your goat milking adventure real quick.
That's an adventure. It's an adventure. 3 goats that I don't think have ever been milked before in their lives, with no official milk stand or milk shed, I should say. So I had to figure out how to separate the mamas from the babies and keep them separated while they get off the stand so they don't go eat the baby's feed. And then, like today, I've got all 3 of them in there trying to eat the food of the one on the stand. So I've got, when I say wrestling goats, I mean wrestling goats. I got bruises all over my hands and arms right now from where Hazel was stepping all over me. Yes, I need a goat whisperer. That's what I need. We have one stanchion, but it does not have a roof. We have a rotating goat pen, basically, so they don't stay in one spot for a week or so. So everything that we build or put in there has to be mobile, which is what's causing some of the hiccups. Is some of it I just can't figure out how to make it mobile all the time. And right now we've got to have 3 pins attached, basically, because Boudreaux's still there, the babies are still there, the mamas are still there. So it's a whole thing. But yeah. But I got a quart of milk from the 3 goats. And that may not be a lot to some of y'all, but
hey, dog.
When you're wrestling them like I did, a quart was a lot. But if we could count how much milk is on my pants and on the ground.
Well, yesterday you done pretty good.
Well, I didn't try to hand milk anybody either. Like today, because that Hazel does not like the milk machine. She does better if I milk her. I milked a half a cup out of her after the milk machine quit. Okay. Or after it quit milking her, rather. Right. She wasn't letting any milk down, but when I was doing it by hand, I got a half a cup out of her. But she accidentally kicked it out of my hand at one point. So.
Miss CD wants to know what you're going to do with the milk.
Drink it, make kefir, sell it eventually if I get enough, but I'd love to make yogurt and cheese. I have no plans on making lotion and all that stuff with it, because that would require a lot more milk than I want to milk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not milking the bucks. Boudreaux's on his own. Hey, Mr. Moore. Oh, you're on Cryptid Huntress tomorrow night?
Cool.
You're on Cryptid Huntress tomorrow night?
Who?
You.
No, I know. I know.
Read the screen.
I hadn't talked to Jessica.
You might want to find out.
I reckon it's another Mark.
I don't know.
Well, I hadn't been.
Scratchy style wool socks. I'm sure I could crochet one. I'm sure I could knit one too, but I don't like to knit.
I don't know. Maybe I hadn't heard from Jessica, so I don't know.
Y'all do not want goat parlor feed.
Yeah.
Do not want that. The language that could possibly be spilled that has not been spilled yet. Yeah. Y'all do not want that.
Uh,
Might need to go back and check that out.
okay, yeah, I'll find out. Okay. I'll have to message her here.
Surprise!
She may have just brought my name up in something and was talking about it or something. Oh, I hadn't heard. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I don't know of any other Mark Greens in the Bigfoot field right off bat. So we'll I don't know. I'll just have to check on it. I'll send Jessica a message and find out. Make sure.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking through
I hadn't
notifications to see if I see where it's been posted.
I'll find out here in a little bit. But yeah, she's had an adventure with a goat. We're slowly getting up some fence, and that'll help with some stuff sometimes. They've been she put them on where some fescue and a few other things were. All right, I'll have to go check that out. Y'all done got me curious here. Maybe I scheduled something I done forgot about or something. But I didn't think I had. But I don't know. Rebecca's looking a minute. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. It's a new one on me. But anyway, I mean, I don't mind if she wants me on tomorrow night. I don't mind. I just didn't know. Just kind of throw me off there a little bit. But
I don't see it.
So I hope it says Mark Green about Alabama dog men and bear men. Okay. I check where, make sure.
Where's this at?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Y'all sure it wasn't a short or something from way back or something? I don't know. I'm not saying, but I don't know. That's weird. That is strange. But so you ain't got nothing else to talk about your goats, huh?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I said I was going to start showing y'all some books. And I had a friend of ours, Miss Lisa. Y'all know Miss Lisa. A lot of y'all met her at the fire pit at the meet and greet. She's up from around the Birmingham area. She's big into fossil hunting, but also she's in the cryptids, and so she had some books that she brought the other day, and wanted me to see if I would show some of them on the show. And I said, yeah, sure. Because there's some books that I've got too that I'll show that y'all might be interested in reading. Some of you probably already got some of these. But one of them
Miss Michael
is the, I hope it ain't blurry,
tilt it.
The Meadow Project by Trey Hudson. I know y'all, good many of you heard of Trey Hudson. He's here from out of Alabama. In fact, Jessica's part of his team. In fact, this is an autograph book that Miss Lisa got from him. It's explorations into the South Skinwalker Ranch. And so looking This is from 2019 Field Investigator of the Year. So I'm gonna get a chance. I'm gonna read that one. Now here's one that really perked my interest because this is something I keep bringing up to y'all about horse history.
Yep.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did have a sign. That's where I seen my first booger was in Lowndes County, Alabama, January of 2007. So this is the other book, Giants, the Ancient Giants Who Ruled America. And it is by Richard J. Dewhurst. Dewhurst?
That's what I'd say, Dewhurst.
And it's The Missing Skeletons and the Great Smithsonian Cover-Up. Now that right there really perked my interest because a lot of stuff I read is
mine too.
There's a lot going on. So there's 2 books tonight. If you're interested, I imagine they're still on Amazon. I've got one I'm fixing to order. In fact, I meant to get Rebecca to go ahead and order it on Amazon. It's called The Final Flood, and it's by Larry Ragland, and it's getting released next month. But I think I'm going to order that. That's, of course, more about biblical stuff. Hey, Jeff. And so, hey, Donna. Good to see you in here. And anybody else we've missed?
Dog.
I spoke to Dog a while ago. So, those 2 good, but of course, there's a bunch more here. I ain't going to go through them all tonight. We'll save them. Of course, I got some others. And because I've got a good many biblical books that would, some probably interested some of y'all. But this Ancient Giants Who Ruled America's got my attention. One reason that's got my attention because I started watching a lot of stuff on Alabama, going back to Chief Tuscaloosa, about him being maybe 7 to 8 foot tall. And that during the times they were doing some excavations on these mounds, they were finding skeletons 7, 8 foot tall in there with copper and bronze with them and all kind of stuff. So it makes you really wonder. There were a lot of mounds here in Alabama. A lot of them have been destroyed over the years through farming and other stuff. But some of them are still intact. And we have our own snake effigy up in Anniston on part of the Army base. Folks not really get in there and look at it because I think it's still on the restricted part of the base. But I know people that go look at it. But it's made out of rock, and it's huge. I think it covers a whole ridge, and part of it got destroyed one time with dozers. I guess the Army was up there doing something. But hey, in for UPD, and so there's a lot of stuff going on there, and it does get my interest up real good when that stuff starts popping up, because a lot of y'all know I'm big into history, so I start paying attention to a lot of that. And of course, mixed in the history comes them cryptids or inhumanoids, whatever you want to call them, they pop up too. So it all kind of mingles together and everything. So oh me. I hadn't heard that before, Mr. Moore. That's interesting. So, but that's 2 books that be a good read for you. And like I said, Larry Ragland's is fixing to publish The Final Flood, which goes along with kind of the end of time, but it goes a lot deeper into some different things, what stuff really may mean. Of course, there's a ton of them books out there right now. So that is very true. Very true. So, turkey season started here in Alabama Wednesday. And I had to get my feeders out from the club very quickly. I had forgot about them, but luckily there wasn't hardly no corn left in them, thank goodness, because I didn't want somebody to get a ticket. But you can't hunt turkeys over bait. Hey, Miss Rhonda.
Miss who?
Robin.
Okay.
Yeah. I started to say Rhonda, but it was Robin.
And it still came out a version of
okay. Well,
Rhonda and Robin mixed together.
Yeah, right. So, Alabama turkey season come in this week. And it reminded me of two incidences with someone turkey hunting, and possibly one of them we know was pretty much a cryptid, a bigfoot. This happened up in Bankhead a few years ago. A friend of mine who has been on Creepy Mountain with me before and had kind of a little experience then on Creepy Mountain. I carried him deer hunting. We went over on part of the club. He went down one road, I went down another road, and there's a ridge that separates these two roads. I went down, and we call this Road 2E, and he went down what we call Road 2D. He got halfway down that road, and he kept feeling like something was following him. And he finally found him a good place to kind of peel off into the woods on top of a hill overlooking in a big holler. And I told him, deer travel through that place a lot. So he went down there. Of course, I went down the other road. Well, I noticed the road I went down is usually full of scrapes, usually full of rubs. It's usually a buck. It runs that whole road, and he'll make scrapes every 50 foot down that road. But I noticed there was not a sign down that road, which to me was very, very strange. I walked all the way to a green patch. Get to the green patch. I could tell deer had not been in that green patch, but very few tracks. This field is way off to itself. It's a good spot for deer to not have much human pressure. Of course, I noticed the grass was growing pretty good in that green field, so it wasn't being mowed down. So I come back up the road, just slowly walking, and I get probably within 200 or 300 yards of the truck. And this ridge that separates the road I'm on to him is real rocky, very rocky ridge. And all of a sudden, I'm going to have to send Jessica a note here to see what about that. I done got confused here. But anyway, as I got close to the truck, up in these rocks was the craziest sounding scream that come out of them rocks. And caught me off guard. I wasn't even expecting that. This was like, 4:30 in the evening.
Hey, Tanner.
Hey, Tanner. This scream just kind of, caught me off guard. Couldn't see nothing, couldn't tell nothing. And, I kept looking up in the rocks. I could not see nothing. I eased on up the hill, got within the side of my truck. So I just stopped right there to wait on him to come back. Probably about 20 more minutes rolled around. And here he come up the road slowly. And I could tell when he got to me, he was looking real puzzled looking, real nervous looking. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "Well, something followed me down there." And hey, Mr. Barton, good to see you. He said, "Something followed me down there." And then he said, when I sat down, it moved in there kind of behind me. But he said, what really messed me up, Mark, was when I come back out and started back up the road, there was feces in the road about a foot long and about that big around where something had used the bathroom, and he said it was fresh. Of course, it was getting right at dark, and I could tell he was ready to go. So, and I didn't even mention to him right at the moment that I'd had something scream I was figuring he would have heard it. But we get on in the truck. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to. I'll have to find that. Maybe
Saturday night at 10 p.m.
Okay. Well, I'll find that. Anyway, we get in the truck and we're on the way out, and we get down to where this road tees into another road, and here's this big limb laying across the road that was not there when we went in. We're both looking at each other. Wasn't no wind. Wasn't nothing going on that day. Well, we get out. We drag the limb out of the way. Pretty good sized limb. I don't know about that big round. And we get to looking, and we can't find the tree it come from. That type of limb, there's no trees, right? It's all pine trees. This was like an oak limb. And it throwed me and him all, it throwed me off then. Done heard the scream. He done had something follow him. He done seen, feces, laying in the road, scat, whatever you want to call it. And then we have this big tree limb pulled across the road in front of us. And he's looking at me. And he's going, he said, it don't belong here. I said, I know it don't belong here. I said, there's nothing here that belongs to. So we got it out of the road and we come on out. And we got on over, pretty close to the clubhouse. And I said, did you hear the scream? And he turned around. He said, yeah, I heard something. He said, I don't know what it was. I said, well, I got screamed at by something up there in them rocks. I said, it was in between me and you. He said, I heard something. But he said, I really just don't know what I heard. And, but go ahead, so that started making him a little bit of a believer. Now, he lives up in Walker County, which is right there on the south side of Bankhead National Forest. Now, he worked with me where I used to work at. Well, he left and he went to another place of employment up toward Huntsville. So he was traveling up Highway 33, which goes right up straight through the middle of Bankhead National Forest. And he was getting close to turkey season, and he kept seeing some turkeys. Every time he'd come on the way home from work in the afternoons, he would see some turkeys in there, not far off the road. So when he decided, well, when turkey season comes in, I'm going to come hunt them turkeys, because he'll see them regular. So opening season come in, he ran up there on Saturday morning. He gets in there in that place, and he said it's a real thick place in there where he was at. He said he'd been sitting there maybe 30, 40 minutes. He'd been calling, and he had a turkey answering him. He had a gobbler coming. He said, I could tell he was coming, Mark. He said, in fact, he said, I finally seen the turkey. He said, I was already in position to fire my gun, but the turkey wasn't close enough yet. So he said, I just got real quiet, didn't cluck at him no more. Gonna let him get a little closer and hope, he could, get a good shot on him. Well, he said the turkey got a little closer, getting in that, fixing to be in gun range. And he said, all of a sudden, a stick about 3 inches diameter comes flying right by his head and lands right in front of him. Of course, scares turkey. Turkey runs off. He jumps up because he don't know what went on. But when he turns around, he gets a glimpse of this big black figure going over the hill behind him from where he was sitting. Of course, it shook him up because he said this was too big to be a man. It was real black colored. Of course, he takes off, gets in his car, and he told me he has not hunted that spot since. He said, he thinks it was trying to hit him with a stick. Of course, I've been wanting to go to that spot, but me and him has not been able to work that out to go to that spot. So there's one turkey hunter that had an experience that was pretty intense. You get a stick thrown by you, and then you turn around and look, and you watch a big black looking figure leaving over the hill behind you. So, uh, it shook him up. Um, he really went to talking to me about this stuff then, asking me all kind of questions. He done ask me some, but he went real deep this time. And he's one that really told me about a lot of people going missing around Bankhead. His daddy was in law enforcement in that area, and talked about a lot of people missing in that area. Uh, so it's something to really think about on that. The other turkey hunter was up on Creepy Mountain. And I got to talk to him personally about what happened to him. And he basically was up there one morning before daylight. He is on his UTV, and he lives on the board of the club. And he came into the club. He was stopping on these ridges, listening for turkeys to gobble. He was using a crow call, and hadn't heard a turkey gobble back. So he moved further into the club. Well, not trying to be graphic, but he had to go to the bathroom. Let's just put it that way. So he gets off his UTV, walks down in the woods a little bit, and he's using the restroom. And he's kind of in a predicament, if y'all get my deal, what I'm trying to say. All of a sudden, down below him, because he ain't got no light going, he did tote his shotgun with him. He said something starts coming up that hill. It sounds like a bull elephant coming up that hill toward him. Of course, there he is with his pants down in the woods, can't see what's coming at him. And he just grabs his shotgun and points it and just hollers out, "I will shoot." Or whatever it was, just stopped. And he could hear breathing. He said you could hear breathing. Of course, he eased up, got himself situated, if y'all know what I mean. And he kind of backed up out of there with the shotgun. Of course, he couldn't see nothing. He said it's pitch black dark. Of course, he was stumbling, trying to, because he didn't want to put his back to whatever was there. He finally makes it to the UTV, and he had a flashlight there, and he got his flashlight out and started shining down there. He couldn't see nothing. But anyway, he gets on the UTV and goes on, gets away from there. He ended up hunting that rest of that day, but he said he just felt nervous all day. He just couldn't enjoy his hunting. And so, and he's had other stuff happen up around the club. He has never seen nothing to say what it is, but he's had other stuff happen. He's had rocks thrown at him. Him and his wife both have had rocks over to the lake, be over there fishing. Rocks be coming off the hill, hitting the water in front of them. He's heard the screaming, and they've heard stuff at their home. Like I said, their home borders up, their property borders up the Creepy Mountain, him and his brother's property. They both have been sitting out on their back porch at night, their family having to get a little get together and hear stuff carrying on the back side of their property toward Creepy Mountain. They have caves on their property. He said they used to go in them caves a lot when they were younger. A couple times they were in there, they could hear stuff further back in the cave, and they wouldn't go no further. I've seen the caves. I can outfit in there. This little old hole. These two guys are real slim fellas. They could slide in there and get in there. They've got some pictures of it, and it opens up into a very big area. But they don't go in it no more. But they used to when they're a lot younger. But like I said, they heard something on further back in there one day, and they decided they probably need to get out of there. So there's some turkey hunting incidents, and I know there's been a lot of other turkey hunters. I've seen them on podcasts. I've read encounters people turkey hunt. You would think one reason they're in full camouflage, and and that, you know, turkey hunters have to hide a little bit more. So turkey season's in a lot of states right now, so we could start hearing some stuff. Uh, Hopefully, we will. Some encounters. You know, I know a lot of deer hunters see them, but also turkey hunters are seeing them. Of course, woods are starting to get full of people hiking, camping because the weather's getting more, and a lot of people are fishing on the rivers and creeks. Of course, you know, a lot of sightings happen in those areas too. Um, so be listening out for turkey hunters talking. If you're on some Facebook posts, like I'm on some that deal with Alabama hunting, I'm always watching for people to say something. And I've seen stuff said before. You know, then I've tried to talk to some of them and they'll clam up, you know, but I've seen some people talk about some areas that they've been in hunting and they didn't like it. You know, they wanted out from there. So, you know.
No, Mr. Don, hadn't had anything else like that. We still have rabbit doors and gates and stuff like that left open, but nothing around the house anymore, really.
Yeah, I found 2 gates open this morning. One into the rabbit barn, and then our main gate behind our feed shed. Did find some chicken feathers. Could never find a chicken. Our 2 bird dogs
Barked on that.
barked off and on all night, which is very unusual for them. They don't bark a lot. The only time they bark is when something was around. Me and her had the bedroom window up a little bit. So I was able to hear them dogs.
No air conditioning, so
Yeah.
you do what you got to do.
Yeah, so they were barking a good bit. So something was around here last night. Yeah, that's right. You told me about that, Jill. That's right. So
We have them.
yeah, we have motion lights up, and
In a lot of places.
I think, Don, we have both here. I think we have both here. I think we do. I think we have both here. From
Now, the chicken feathers, this time, that's the first time that an animal has possibly been hurt. We have no proof yet,
right.
But possibly. Usually nothing gets bothered. They just open cage doors and the rabbits stay where they are. This time I had 3, 4 escape.
We had 4 rabbits get out.
4 young
week.
ones. We're still trying to catch the last one.
Yeah, we got 1 more left out. I seen it a while ago when I come back in the house.
And yes, they know where the bedrooms are.
And the gates being open, like I said, I found a bunch of chicken feathers this morning, but I never found a chicken. I did look at our chickens, ones I could see, and I didn't really
not looked around yet.
I didn't really see a lot of feathers missing out of any chickens that would be very obvious. I mean, I didn't see that, so I don't know. You know, I told you when my kids was here that my daughter's boyfriend, you know, had a van that he's trying to convert into a camper, like, or testing that out. You know, he heard something kind of around the van that night, and then he heard something loud hit my shop. My shop's made out of tin, and he said something hit that tin very, very hard. So that's what I'd like to, man. And I need to go turkey hunting. I need to get back into it. And yeah, Blackie, yeah, it'd be pretty rough. So maybe I didn't notice one today, Blackie, but I kind of tried to look at all the chickens and I didn't see anything going on.
Ours only get loose when the cage doors get opened.
Yeah.
Most of them have enough sense to stay in the cage. But this last young litter that we have, they're what, 8 weeks old or so now?
Yeah, something like
that. They don't have any sense yet.
Did I didn't notice because I didn't really walk into the rabbits today, but
I didn't either.
Okay. Yeah, because you fed them good yesterday. No,
Yeah.
well, I did. I'll take that back. I went in there and watered them
So
today.
say you watered.
They didn't act nervous or nothing.
Well,
Usually, when something's been around, they jumpy.
Yeah.
When I first walk in there, they'll all jump till they figure out it's me in there. And I didn't notice that today, so I don't know. So, and it could have been an owl or something that busted that chicken last night because it's over under the hedge bush with them ones that roost in the hedge tree.
Oh, okay. That's where the feathers
That's where the feathers are. So something could have, owl could have come in last night and busted that chicken or something. I don't know. But we got a few that roost up in a tree, in a big old hedge bush tree. There's 3 or 4 hens, and something could have, come in there last night and grabbed it, or a coon could have went up the tree and got it. I don't know, but something definitely went on last night with the bird dog tore up. 2 gates open. So something went on out there. And tonight, if it goes on again, then I'll get on up and go out there.
Patrick, you missed her. She done been up here walking on everybody.
Yeah, she was up here in my lap a while ago. So right now is a good time to pay attention to the Facebook pages on turkey hunting or people that hunt. Also, any hiking trails. I know, like the Pinhody has a Facebook page. I really start paying attention to it this time of year.
Stanton.
A lot of people's up there hiking because the weather is very decent for it. You know. Oh, man.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep. I'm moving over. That's all. I'm not saying anything.
But
you don't gotta warn me.
Is anybody else this week heard anything or know anything going on? I hadn't really heard much in the cryptid community this week of anything possible going on anywhere or any of that. Have y'all heard anything? I think it did the PG hoax film or whatever they call it get finally released. I don't know. I hadn't even seen that. I don't know. So
Hey, Braxton.
Hey, Braxton. Good to have you tonight, brother. That's Braxton from work.
Oh, okay.
So, does anybody know of anything going on or heard anything or anything, that way? Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I think I've seen something about that. Yep, scam film. Okay, yeah, I about agree. Okay. Gary had some knocks and trailer shaking. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been hearing something about the fireballs. I need to look into more of that. Heard some more about somewhere else. Last week or the week before, Ohio had some meteorites hit in the same area that some Bigfoot reports all of a sudden popped up. So that was unusual.
That is.
And I know we discussed that a little bit last week, but there could be something to that. Now, y'all know there's a lot else going on in the UFO world. It's part of this. We all know, most of us all know all this stuff is connected somewhere, somehow. Got that film coming out in June called Disclosure. We've already had 2 presidents and some high-ranking officials bring that up several times. So, and I know there's a lot of big talk about it on a lot of biblical channels and some UFO channels and all that. So, be paying attention to that. Be paying attention. You're going, yes, Braxton, you're very correct. So you're going to hear some you're going to hear a lot of stuff here in the next few months. So just get ready. And, you know, and like I've told you, pay this attention to deception, So, yeah, Wendell, I meant to ask y'all. I seen something about y'all at the camp. I had kept seeing a strange light several nights in a row or something. That's very interesting. It's very interesting. Very interesting. And I seen where y'all were camped at too. That's a very pretty campground, and that's a very, I'm gonna put it this way, ain't very far from where that turkey hunter had his experience with getting that tree limb thrown by. So
They fighting over sister.
they fighting over sister.
Jeff and Patrick are.
So yes, get operator. Going to be a lot of different deceptions. It's going to be hard to figure them out. That's why the Lord said that He would come back, because if He didn't, even the elect could be deceived. So that tells you there's going to be some crazy stuff going on. Some crazy stuff. Rodney Spy, okay. Yeah, I read something about that. Yeah, I'd like to hear some more about that. Probably going. Who was? Somebody said the other day they watched the orb. Who was that? Can't remember now. Oh yeah, y'all. Before I forget, Mr. Barton was in here. I don't know if he's still in here, but he's back with some videos now. So y'all go support Brother Barton over there. And he released one with Mr. Martin Groves, and he released some with some audio that he caught there around his place. So y'all go check out those videos. And of course, all our other friends with their podcast, Jerry and Blackie and Danny and Jeff had a good one on the other night. And Erica and Blackie had a very good one Sunday. And so I know Roger had on, I think, Scott Carpenter's son last night. I didn't get to watch it. I hadn't got to yet. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, anyway. All right. Let's get it, operator. And I mentioned this on Blackie's in chat on the Bible talks about iron and clay will mix. So think a little bit about that. Iron and clay will mix. So, you know, it's back from the Old Testament. And it talks about iron and clay will mix. So toward the end of time. So something to really think about. So, and y'all seen what went on this week in Washington? What walked out with the first lady? That was real interesting. Humanoid robot entertained everybody. So that technology is moving fast. I work in that industry too, kind of that industry, and I've heard of a lot of stuff coming. And so that technology is going crazy. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Braxton. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff coming. That technology is moving fast, faster than most people think it is. Yep, we got one of those trying to locate here. So, and we had some sad news pop up this week for our area. Our paper mill, it's been here since the late 40s. In fact, they built on part of the Army's base on the ALW, are shutting down for good. They're not selling it. They're shutting it down. So going to be a good many people out of work. That's going to really affect a lot of other jobs around here, the loggers, the log truck people, all the suppliers to that company. At one time, that was the largest employer in Talladega County, besides when the AOW was running. AOW ran mostly during World War II, Korea, and part of Vietnam. Then it started shutting down. Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be a sad thing about the paper mill. A lot of stuff uh, is going to uh, happen because of that. A lot of stuff, a lot of families is going to hurt them. So, all right.
And I'm about to let you have this.
Well, we're fixing do the prayer list.
Or just doing the restless leg thing.
Oh, okay.
Which is a sign of the low iron. And I got to get up and move.
All right, y'all. We'll do the prayer list. And I know it's about 9 o'clock, so it's about 10 o'clock for a lot of y'all. And so we'll get going. Oh, let's see.
Did you ever find the prayer request list?
Never did find the one that was in there, but it's okay if we don't. I can add them later. All right, y'all remember Jeff's dad is having surgery coming up in a couple of weeks. Y'all be praying for Jeff's dad and be praying for Jeff. Running that farm by yourself, especially a dairy, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough. Got a lot of cows to take care of, and is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. Just hold on to it for me if you don't mind for a minute.
Okay.
So y'all be praying for Misty. Y'all be praying for Kumbo and Sandy. Miss Judy Wheeler. Y'all keep Brother Gary Spikes. Greg House. Miss Cynthia Johns and her granddaughter Anna. Mr. Troy Allen. Terry, Mr. Terry, Miss Carolyn. Tennessee Cherokee. And I did talk to him the other day. Y'all be praying for Mr. Tennessee Cherokee. He's been hurting a lot and having a lot of stuff going on. He is hoping this warmer weather would help him get feeling better. So I'll be praying for Mr. Brian. Miss Lanita, David Hughes family, and y'all, David Hughes had a birthday this week. So if you happen to see him somewhere in chat somewhere, wish him a happy birthday. Y'all be praying for Wendell, Michelle Powell's father. Y'all be praying for Miss Bobby's family and her cousin Jessica. Standing Stones, his wife Rebecca. Mr. Craig Schultz and his wife. Miss Saturday, Miss Martin. Y'all be praying for Debbie Meadows, Miss Robin Griffin, Mr. Gene and Miss Karen. Y'all be praying for Hillary. I know I've been hearing that Hillary's having a lot going on, so y'all be praying for Miss Hillary. And okay, we'll be praying for your friend Howard, Miss CD. So, y'all be praying for Miss Denise, Miss Dottie, Janice Lynn, Jerry's dad, Miss CD, Rebecca's sister Trish, Miss Helen Hickman and her mother. Her mother, fell and broke her hip. Y'all will be praying for Rebecca's mom. Her name's Bobby. Alan and Kim Curley and Myra King. Lori and Richard's wife Kathy. Miss Diane's cousin Herman. And Herman's her brother-in-law, and her cousin. Y'all be praying for the Gooden family. I'll be praying for Biddy's family. Y'all be praying for Crystal. Crystal's had a lot going on. I know a lot of y'all know about it, so y'all be praying for her and everything. She's got a lot of decisions to make too, so y'all be praying for Crystal. Kathy and David, Phyllis, Stacy and Jeff, Miss Anita Collier, Christina Clifton, April Ray, my cousin, Carmen, Brian, Lindsay Merkel. Let's see. Snipes family. You said go ahead and take him off last week, didn't you? Okay.
That's okay.
All right. Let's see. John Lamb. Let's see. PJ's been sick, and that little girl, Avery, I think she's doing better. Y'all keep praying for that little girl. Erica's grandmother. And y'all be praying for Mark Creel. I know his son, Mark was in here earlier. I didn't get to ask him how his son was doing. But y'all be praying for Mark Creel's son that was in a wreck. Mr. Dale had eye surgery last week. And here it is. Hillary is going to have surgery too. So if any of y'all have heard from her, let me know. Bill Rigsby. Danny surgery. I'm trying to remember who said something about it. Mr. Danny. And y'all be praying for Paula Jones. Y'all be praying for Miss Jean's son. And be praying for Elder Medicine Bear. All right, now who'd you have on your list real quick?
April, Iran, Our Country, Rodney Royal's dad, Robin's niece's, her sister's oldest child.
Okay.
And Mary Fabian, keep her in prayers because she's had a lot of deaths that the anniversary is coming up for. Miss Terry Allen, Kelly Higginbotham, Unspoken, Crystal and her decisions, Debbie Metters, she fell and hurt her back. Stacy has a unspoken one.
Okay.
And Cindy, her son, in the accident with spine problems in Texas. Rhonda said put Billy Cooper on the prayer list, and my aunt said put my mother and her neighbor and neighbor's father are both in the hospital and praying for her son to hear from HR about a new job.
What's going on with Billy? I know Billy. Okay. Well, used to work with him.
Yes, Miss Rhonda.
I will. All right, so y'all, heard everybody that we've called out. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, Jeff. I'm glad she's recovering from her stroke. Glad to hear that. So, okay, BJ says she's better. That's good. The little girl. That's good to hear. So, I hadn't got a chance to really look at Facebook and stuff today. Rebecca's had me hopping all day.
Work.
I know. I've been moving.
I don't believe him.
I've been moving since about 8 o'clock this morning, pretty much nonstop. So, and y'all pray for me and Rebecca. You might not like me to say this, but she did get put on blood pressure pills. So, this week. So we'll see. I hope that helps. I hope she don't have to stay on them. I don't really know what's causing it. So y'all be praying for her.
Lord.
Y'all be praying for me. I have some decisions. I got some stuff I got to take care of sooner or later. I've got to go ahead and put my nose to the grindstone on a few things. And I know that's going to blow up on me. So y'all be praying for me and that, the Lord gives me wisdom and helps me keep my mouth straight. So
Miss Jean is right. She milking goats is causing it. Bottle feeding.
It could be. I don't know.
Bottle feeding the goats is doing it.
But if these goats are causing all this, we need to get rid of it.
I said it's the bottle feeding.
Yeah. If you got something that's driving you crazy, causing your blood pressure, it's about time to throw it out the door and get rid of it. Right? Okay.
Her sister.
I don't think sister drives you crazy.
No, she just don't let me sleep.
She guards you all night.
She guards you. She has a perimeter that I can't cross.
Oh, you probably right, Miss Jean. They probably him. I created another monster, so I could have said no.
Yes, sir, you could
Yeah, I
have.
could have said no. Yeah, there you go. Barbecue goats.
There we go. We got
So,
3 males still. Actually, no, we got 2 males left.
hey, Solo, how you doing tonight?
And Super Dave,
Super Dave, he was in here earlier. I'm from Maybark. What that's at? Yeah, true, Wendell. That's true. I don't know how that would go though. Oh me,
I done told him he was welcome to leave, but I just follow him.
that's what I'm afraid of. Oh me, nah.
We
Hey.
got married till death do you part.
Yeah, I ain't thinking that or nothing. Of course, married folks get on each other's nerves. That's just part of it. You know how it goes.
Nobody said when death was
It's true.
or what caused it. Sorry.
Y'all be praying too for people in our chat and our family. A lot of folks are going to be traveling the next few weeks. A lot of stuff going on, and also be praying for some of our people's safety. I ain't trying to get nothing started here, but a lot of folks are going missing that knows a lot of stuff, and y'all just be praying for people that the Lord protect them and all that stuff. So. Anyway, I guess we need to say a prayer and get off here, don't we? Anything else you need to say real quick?
I'm good. This restless leg thing's about to kill me though.
Jeff's had to bathe the dog. Yeah, that ain't no fun. Sister does that every now and then. So.
That's right, Wendell. That's right.
All right, y'all. Father, we praise your name and everything about you, Lord. Thank you for everything that you do for us each and every day. For your mercy, your love, your peace, your hope, your justice. For your son and everything that your son done for us. That he's our mediator. That we can come to him with everything we have and lay it at his feet, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for the Holy Spirit. Thank you for letting us come tonight and just talk about different things and have fellowship with people that we consider family. Lord, be with all these people's names that we've brought up and unspoken and what's going on in this world, Lord. We know there's sickness everywhere. We know there's drama, hate. We know it's all here. But we know that you, Lord, can solve it all in just a blink of an eye. And we know you're going to one day. We know that day's coming. Be with us as we go into this weekend and next week. People go to their jobs or whatever they got going on, Lord. Be with them, bless them, and walk with them. Bless us all in Christ's name. Amen. All right. All righty, y'all. Oh, me. Well, I hope y'all have a good weekend. We love you. Take care of yourselves. Check on others. And I did check on some people this week. It was good to talk to some of them. I've got some more I need to check in on that I hadn't talked to in a while. But be praying for everybody. Like I said, be thinking about everybody. Y'all have a good see you tonight, man. Hope to see a lot of you here in the next few weeks. Just take care. We'll be back next Friday night. Nothing don't happen. If I get the camera straightened out, maybe I will here in just a minute. I'm gonna have to text her and see what in the world's going on. Maybe she's having a rerun or something.
It might be.
That may be what it is. Yes, that's what I was talking about, Michael. There's some weird stuff going on. And we've got a few in our group that I worry about a little bit. And y'all know who I'm talking about. So don't say his name. Just, you know who I'm talking about. Be praying for him. And because he was involved in some of that. So, okay.
Saturday at 10 p.m.
All right. I guess I'll text Jessica here in a minute and see
Yeah.
what's going on. Maybe it's a rerun or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
thought, well, they had a Bigfoot conference last week. And tomorrow, tomorrow is the one up in Birmingham, the Biblical Prophecy Conference that Larry Racklin's having. I don't know. I don't know. I'll text her here in a minute, make sure what's going on. We love y'all. We'll see you next week. If you hear of anything going on, send me a message or tell me about it. And hope you get to, Robert. I hope you get to make it. Be good to see you again. Be good to see a lot of y'all folks that hadn't seen some of y'all in over a year.
Yep.
Some of you a year and a half. So be good to see some of y'all.
Sorry.
Be good to see y'all. Y'all take care. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.